Alrighty, YouTubers, so welcome back to Tony the Technician channel, and today we're going to be going into Amazon tool deals again. So we have 4 or 5 products for this week, and a couple of them being Dewalt, the first one. So for these Amazon tool deals videos, they're either tools on sale, tools I believe to be a good product whether they're on sale or at full price, or they may be tools that I would like your guys' opinion on. So let's get right into this. This is the Dewalt right angle attachment. This is the impact ready one. They do have versions out there that are not impact ready. You just put in a drill. This one is impact ready, and you can get the old model, which is a little bit bulkier, or you can get the newer model, and then you can also get the one with the nut driver sets and all of that. So a few different options here. This one is priced very well, especially compared to some of the others. They're even cheap, no-name brands on Amazon that are around this price range. This one has 4.5 stars at over 1,200 reviews or ratings. So it's got a lot of good reviews, and I own one of these, and it was fantastic. There were some holes that I had to drill in the framing of the Camaro next to my headers to run some lines and stuff, and there was no way for me to get my drill in there. Luckily, I had some small bits, and I used a stepper bit and one of these, and I was able to actually drill the hole in the location I needed with very limited space. So these can be very handy when working in tight spaces. $25, I think it's a good deal. Next up is another Dewalt product. This is actually one that I was looking at getting a while back, and I just haven't got around to it. I've been able to work with what I have. But if anybody owns this, please let me know your guys' thoughts on it. If you guys know, I know a lot of people are going to suggest Milwaukee or whatnot. I run the Milwaukee M12 lineup, and I run the Dewalt 20 volt lineup. It's just what I've always had, and I'm not going to switch completely to one or the other because I already have so much of the M12 and so much of the 20 volt. So that's what I'm going to stick with. Haven't had any issues, so I might as well just continue on. So this is the Dewalt 20 volt max brushless. This is the detent pin. They also have a hog ring one. It's a 1/2 inch. This is the tool only. Delta Charlie Foxtrot 894 Bravo. It's got 5 stars at over 22, almost 2,300 ratings. It is down from 220 to 150, so a savings of $70. But really, if you check any like Lowe's, it's going to sell for around $200 unless you're there around the holidays or a special sale. Then it may be cheaper, but normally this sells for $200. Like you see here, we have Lowe's, and right now at Lowe's it is $200 for the tool by itself. So it's got 300 foot-pounds of torque. I like the compact. It's not extremely bulky. I don't need anything that has 1,400 foot-pounds of breakaway. I don't work on anything that large. And most of the time, if I have something that is stuck that bad, I'm probably going to soak it and heat it and use a large breaker bar and then use my impact. But 95% of the time, something like this will do the job just fine for my needs on just standard automotive repairs. So this is something I'm looking at, and I think $150 for it is a good price. Let me know your guys' thoughts, or if you've picked this up, what did you pick it up for? Next up is the Tekton Punch Set. This is with the walnut block. I've had this same set for probably around 2 years now. They are made in the USA. Great punches. So I have a wide lineup of their punches and chisels and everything. Now, I wish they would have included some chisels with this, but this is more geared towards like working on smaller items or rifle, weapons, cleaning and all of that. But it's still great for the automotive field. I like the block. I can set it right in the top of my toolbox. I can grab exactly what I need, and it has a good variety. So here you can see it's got some roll punches. It's got some pin punches. It has some solid punches and a center punch. So here you can see all of the different ones here. A good variety of sizes. They hold up very well. They are smaller. This is the set. Holds up very well. The smallest one, I would say, 16th inch pin, and it measures at 4 inches. The largest one being the roll pin punch, 1/4 inch, and this one measures at about 7 1/4 inches. So not super big, but not like extremely small. I mean, they do get extremely small, great for weapons and small pins and roll pins and stuff. It's a great set. I like that it's made in the USA. They're very durable and very affordable for USA made punches and stuff. Tekton, this is just one of the sets they have. They have many other sets, but I figured I'd share this one. It's under $50. You get a good variety. It's an 18-piece set. So $48, 4.5 stars, 906 ratings, and lifetime warranty. Next up are going to be a couple of products. I actually purchased, well, one I purchased a couple years ago, and then this one I just recently purchased maybe a year ago, and I have had good experiences with them. It makes a lot of jobs easier. So when you can't get in somewhere underneath the dash to solder in, maybe you're splicing into something, and those house splices aren't always the best, or what you would see in like an electrical outlet box or a circuit panel or anything like that. These are more suited for the automotive field. They're fully insulated. They're extremely easy. T-taps, which make it extremely easy. You don't have to run the wires next to each other. So if I'm working up underneath the dash, I can easily get one of these taps up there, splice into the wire, and then I can take the wire that I'm going to tap into the other one. I can put the connector on there, the male connector, and I can push it right into the T-tap, and it's extremely easy even in tight areas. So this is a great way if you can't get in somewhere to solder in a splice or something of that situation. So I've had a good experience with these, and they're very affordable. This set was $11 down to basically $10, so not much of a savings here, but they are very affordable, so I figure I'd share them with you. So if you're looking for a better way to splice into wires, this is a good option. Last up, I actually purchased this set in 2018. This set has worked very well for me. This is a solder with heat shrink butt connectors, and they work great. The first couple times I used them, I burnt up the heat shrink before I got the solder melted, but I just wasn't. It takes a little bit of figuring out, but it's not too bad. You can constantly heat around the solder point, get that melted, and then you work your way out into the heat shrink. The whole thing is heat shrink. That center portion is solder. You simply put your two wires in there, start heating up that solder, fuse them together, and then you go out. It's a waterproof seal, and they work very, very well. I did a lot of rewiring in the 3rd gen Camaro, and anytime I could use these, I would, because it's better than a crimped butt connector, and sometimes easier than doing solder in the vehicle and then putting your heat shrink on, or making sure you have your heat shrink on, soldering it. I don't know how many times I've soldered and then realized I forgot the heat shrink, and the last thing I want is ugly electrical tape on something that I just completely rewired. So these are just really easy to use and very affordable. So $10 for this 120-piece set, you get a good variety, and they do have larger sets. So once again, these are just a couple of accessory kits basically for those of you that are interested if you do any sort of wiring, and sometimes there are situations where you can't get in there with your soldering gun, or maybe it's just easier to go this route. It's still a good route to get a nice, good connection. So that's it for this week's Amazon tool deals. I really hope you guys enjoyed. If there's brands or specific types of tools that you would like for me to do Amazon tool videos on, if I can find them, I will try to work them into my videos. So feel free to drop those brands or tools that you suggest in future videos down in the comments. I'm always there to respond to you guys anytime I can. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to hit that thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. I'll see you guys next time.